Hello and welcome to day number 10 of the Great CICO experiment. Since today is Saturday and we had a little bit of time to sleep in, took our morning routine a little bit easier, so we have already gone to the gym at this point and gotten a few meals in, but I wanted to still record the mindset portion of today's video, put this at the start. I always like to start with that since this channel is mindset and muscle, so we'll dive into that. But as always, if you're interested in the food and the workouts and all of that, and you want to skip ahead to the muscle portion, timestamp is right here. You can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, welcome into the mindset portion of today's video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about something that I am learning with this challenge, even just a week and a couple days into it. And what really made me think about that, as you'll see a little bit later in this video, is I made those Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookies that I bought on my last grocery trip. That's going to be the dessert option for the week. So to fit in the calorie budget, made the packs of cookies. They're not super big. You'll see in the video, maybe about this big, very flat. But my old mindset and what my body actually wants me to do is to eat at least 4, 5, 6 of those cookies. And that would flash back to an old habit. During cheat meals or cheat days, I would make or buy a pack of cookies and I could easily eat 6+ cookies in a sitting and still feel great. However, with this experiment to fit the calories into the budget, I was only able to eat 1 cookie. So I made 12 and then I had to eat 1 and let the others sit. My wifey helped and ate 1 too. But it just goes to show you how warped the mindset can be. I don't want to say specifically the American mindset, but people who have plenty of food, it's easy to get a warped perspective on food and what you should be able to eat. And I know I certainly had that. From years of bodybuilding and being in fitness, that was just a part of my routine for years in and years out. I'd have 1 day a week where I could have a cheat day for a while. And then as I got a little older, that switched to just a cheat meal. But I would go all in on that meal to the point where really, if I'm being honest with myself and with you guys, I was binging. Even if I wasn't eating in excess of calories to where I was getting fat or putting on weight, it was still an unhealthy practice, both mentally and physically, to be putting down that amount of food and basically to come down to it, making a glutton of myself and getting so excited for that one meal of the day or that one meal of the week that I would just anticipate it to the exclusion of a lot of other good things happening in my life. So having that mindset shift and this challenge has been really helpful and a really good thing for me, a really good mental challenge as well as the physical challenge of this whole experiment. Being able to eat 1 bowl of cereal instead of 4 or 5 as I normally would, and then telling myself, I'm thankful for that food, I'm satisfied, I've had enough sustenance now to move on to the day until it's time for the next meal and I'm truly hungry again. And it was the same with that cookie. Okay, I had my 1 cookie. It was delicious. Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookie. It was awesome. Does my body want me to have 6 cookies or even the whole pack? Yes. But my mind and my discipline has to be stronger than my body. You have to be the master of yourself and not just let your body take control. And not even that. You have to learn how to do it joyfully and thankfully. Because I could be like, okay, I'm eating 1 cookie because this is the experiment. Wow, this really stinks. I wish I could eat the whole pack of cookies. But instead, I'm training my mind to be like, wow, okay, I have my 1 cookie. It was small. It didn't last very long, but it was delicious. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for that little experience, that little joy in my day. Now I'm going to move on. Film some more videos, edit, hang with my wife and kid. Going to go for a bike ride a little bit later. There's other stuff to look forward to. Maybe I'll have another cookie for dessert after dinner. I don't know. We'll see what my calorie budget allows. But anyway, that was what was really on my mind today, was just that mental shift that I need. And I'm not sure, maybe some of you guys can relate, some of you all out there, maybe you need as well, of going from obsession or binging habits or fixation, hyper excitement for food, to thankfulness and joy, and then being able to move on to other tasks for the day until it's truly time to eat again. So I don't know how many of you can relate to that. I'm sure some of you can, though, but I know for sure that is a big mentality shift for me with this whole experiment, and I know is going to make me a better person. So I wanted to share that all with you. But anyway, that's going to do it for the mindset portion of today's video. That's really what I wanted to cover with that. So we're going to go ahead and get into the workout, the food, and the muscle portion. All right, we didn't film too much of today's workout. One, because I was really in the zone, so I wasn't focusing too much on filming. I'll try and get better with that. But two, because this is pretty much the same workout that we saw on the first time through. We're just focusing on progressive overload. So I didn't show the rows last time, so I wanted to show you guys that. You'll notice for the setup and for me to get a full stretch, I have to put a yoga block on my chest, so I can really focus on protracting my shoulders, bringing them all the way forward so that I get a real deep stretch in between the shoulder blades. Then with a controlled explosive movement, we pull back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, flex the entire back, and then slow and controlled back into the full stretch of the motion. So this exercise felt really good. We're getting really smooth at it and able to progress, so I was happy with that. We did a little bit of some mirror posing afterwards just to show you guys where my physique is at. Shoulder caps are starting to come in. Arm pump is great. I was excited about that. Starting to look leaner. Waist is coming in, so that arm to waist ratio. I'm trying to get my arms wider than my waist by the time I'm done with this. So super excited that while eating the standard American diet and being 100% natural for almost 3.5 years now, I'm able to achieve these results. When we got home from the gym, we decided to make some cinnamon toast crunch cookies from scratch. So first of all, we opened up our package of scratch and put the scratch on the cookie sheet. Then while those baked, we mixed up a bowl of skyr yogurt with a scoop of protein powder. I know it seems like diet food, but it actually sounded really refreshing after my workout. And I already had the skyr in the fridge, so mixed up perfectly, fluffy, light, creamy, and delicious. After we finished that off, the cookies were ready. They looked and tasted absolutely delicious, but they were small. But again, thankful even for one cookie, just one size. It's a blessing. And meal after this, we finished off with a meal a kid would love: some Kraft mac and cheese, 2 chicken fingers and some barbecue sauce, and a serving of applesauce. A kid's paradise. It looks big and delicious until I realized I could cover almost the entire portion with my hand. But again, thankful. After that, it was a beautiful evening, so we went biking out with the family. Little bike seat in the front for my son Z. Out on Bayshore Boulevard, just a beautiful day. Let him run around and explore. Out with the beautiful wifey is just a wonderful evening. There was a nice cool breeze going on out in the shade. The heat and humidity of the Florida day was gone, so it was fantastic. However, biking, I worked up an appetite, yet I only had about 150 calories to spare. I still needed a little bit of protein left, so we had a half a scoop of protein powder and a delicious carrot to finish off the evening. Not that exciting, but again, thankful. That is going to wrap it up for today's video, day number 10. We finished off the day with 1,900 calories and just got our 125 grams of protein. So the chicken fingers, were pretty high calorie. The Kraft mac and cheese, pretty high calorie dense. So that meal definitely was not calorie friendly for the amount of food I got. Again, I'm trying not to fixate too much on the amount of food. Rather just enjoying it and being thankful for it. However, I am definitely feeling hungry now. So we brushed our teeth as soon as we finished that last. So before we get really hungry, we're going to try to go to bed and get some sleep. And I will see you all for tomorrow's video.